Hi guys, welcome to another episode of St. Pauli Rising. Now, in the last episode, if you remember, we had a very, very poor month. Although playing against Bayern, Dortmund and Bremen was hardly going to be a barrel of laughs for us. I hoped that this month, with some crunch games, we'd be able to get some slightly better results against some slightly weaker, comparatively speaking, oppositions. Anyway, we have had the youth intake. Now, I am going to quickly show you that. Although there isn't really much to say. It was mid-February, but the one player that came through that has excited me slightly is this guy, Lucas Jut. Yeah, basically that is the only player of note that has come through this year, and he's not particularly great. I mean, he's sort of like a... Nah, he's nothing special, let's put it that way. But he is the shining star of our youth academy, and I'm pretty certain we have the worst youth academy in the Bundesliga. So, to be fair, to get a player with the quality of Zvonimir Jankovic through was a massive deal for us. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to get into the games in today's episode, but also we have the LiveCom against Stuttgart. But the question is, how important will that be? Well, in our very first game, we managed to get a 0-0 draw away at Bayer Leverkusen. Now, we actually possibly had chances to win this in the end. It was 2-2 on clear-cut chances this game, and we did okay. Genuinely, we did okay. Soren Brandy had a couple of really, really good chances, and there was one that he just inches wide. Leverkusen also had some chances, like there's no denying that, but we were right in there and could have easily won that game, but I decided not to push the deal because we were going to get a point away at the fourth place side, so that was good. It stopped the rut. Unfortunately, we were unable to carry that result into the game against Hoffenheim. Now, we did alright against Hoffenheim, and we were the home side, so I kind of hope we could do a bit better, but they didn't create a great deal. It was one clear-cut chance apiece. Firmino's goal was unfortunately their clear-cut chance. I had got us set to mark him, but he found space, and it's one of those things where they cut across and your goalkeeper seems to for some reason be so far across the other side of the goal, even though they are central, that they can just slide it into the bottom corner every time. It's really strange that that seeps to happen a lot. Goalkeeper's positioning as well does seem to be quite at fault, but Gurlitt scored with a decent header, and then Felix Klaus found himself at acres of space at the far post in the 26th minute to make it 2-1 to Hoffenheim, and that's how it finished, which was a shame. And with results going elsewhere, we actually did drop, I think, as a result of that game, into the bottom two, basically. Thankfully, we had a game against Düsseldorf, and thank God for this game. Like, yeah, okay, they had a lot of shots, but to be honest, if you actually look at this in terms of clear-cut chances, they had none. Like, they had a lot of shots, but none of them were even close to being good chances, apart from obviously Palo's goal, which I was very, very annoyed about because we lost the... It's just one of those ones where Dauer, I don't know if you see this a lot as well, your midfielder will just play a random ball that isn't to anyone specific, and then they can just pick it up. Maybe it's because I've got pass into space set on. Maybe that's something we can work on. Maybe turn that off for this game and see if that works, and stop giving away the ball with those sort of aimless passes that they can just pick off. Maybe that's something we can try. But yeah, Ismail Yati put us in front, and I thought, yes, we're going to get ourselves a win. But unfortunately, of course, almost immediately we were equalised upon. But Soren Brandy with a spectacular... Right, guys, I'm back. I don't know quite where I got to. I apologise. My recording equipment got messed up. Anyway, right, let's go into the Düsseldorf game. That's what we were talking about. We got to... Well, Soren Brandy with a fantastic header was what levelled the game, put us back in front. Thankfully, we were able to win a penalty on 83 minutes, and Budimir actually did dispatch it. I was a little bit worried that he might miss it, to be honest. But in the end, he was able to put that one away and give us the win in a massively important game, because if we'd have lost that, we could have gone bottom of the league. And that brings us to the game I've literally just played. This one here, against Alex Berg. And again, I don't really like to show you highlights of things in the LiveCom episodes, because it just makes the episodes very, very long. I mean, yeah, I'm not denying that Alex Berg were better than us. We took the lead on 18 minutes through Soren Brandy. Then Makoto Hasibi was able to put them level, but is then I had Tim Matavs Man marked, I even designated using the player instructions for first Gunter, then for Gunter and Sobiek to mark him, to stop him from, and yet for some reason he was able to walk through and score 4 goals against us. And I'm going to show you the highlights of this, because 2 of them were crap, as usual. Okay, so basically, I was very, very pleased with our first goal, because it actually shows some really nice link up here. You'll see the long ball come up here from Sobiek, or I think it was Zeres, knocked through by Budimir into the path of Soren Brandy, who was able to dispatch it and put us into a 1-goal lead, and I thought, yes. Also, point out, yeah, they had 6 clear-cut chances. However, the first 3 goals that they scored were not any of those. It was only in the second half that for some reason they just suddenly twigged. But yeah, I was man-marking Matavs. I had him set for tighter marking, for man marking, for harder tackling, always closed down, and yet for some reason, I mean, this was a crappy goal to concede as well. What? I mean, great strike, can't fault that, but nobody closed him down. And we were really, really deep, even though I don't have instructions to do that, which was really strange. But then things just got a little bit silly after that, and we just went on a conceding streak. So ball up here and a good clearance header, but then eventually the ball is going to come back and Gideon Zalalem, who I believe was at Arsenal for a bit, but Koch gets the ball out on the right-hand side here, whips it in, and Matat from that far out, why is the goalkeeper being beaten down the middle? He's like 18 yards out, and the goalkeeper's diving even though the ball is above his head. Why is he getting beaten down the middle from 18 yards out for the header? And that was a sort of theme here, basically. We considered a free kick here. Ball out to Koch again. Koch drops it into the middle for Zalalem. And eventually what's going to happen is the ball is going to get whipped in. And Matavs, and this is a great header. Like, I can't fault the header here. This was a decent header. But again, I don't know why they didn't stop the cross, but great header. And frankly, Schauner actually did nearly keep that out. Great header, but again, should have been marking him, considering I told them to. And made him the focal point of my don't let him get loose. But then, of course, from a corner, Yati here, oh yeah, I remember this one. They get the ball clear, basically. And obviously, you know, none of our players make any attempt to try and close Kalubi down. I don't know why as well they do that. They just wait for them to get the ball. But watch this. So he's able to get past one, eventually he comes back. But then the ball just sort of gets sprayed across the box, and at the far post, well, there is Kuch, and to sort of... Wait, this wasn't even the goal. This was the highlight right before the goal. Yeah, they should have scored there. That absolutely should have been a goal for Augsburg. But then what happened was I thought, oh, we got away with it. Because I was busy trying to make a substitution at this point. And then, unfortunately, we got a kick in the teeth when hits his long ball forward. Why are we not winning that header? And then they all just decide to stop. Why did they all stop? You didn't win the header, the goalkeeper doesn't come out, no one does anything. What is that shit? Like, there is no opposition instruction for do fuck all. So I don't understand why they do that. And then, of course, in 66 minutes, things got even worse when Matavs was once again given acres of space. I don't know how he was able to win that header and direct it back to his goalkeeper like that, but hey, just one of those things. So eventually, Hitz is going to pick the ball up. He did take a long time to do this, and he's going to lump it down the field, if I recall correctly, because that seemed to be Augsburg's... Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Drops it short. I thought we were going to capitalise on a mistake here, but unfortunately that's not quite what happened. So the ball is going to come down here to Zalalem. Picks it up, it's Koulibaly's ball on, over the top of Matavs, and again, left unmarked. But then, hits the post. As usual, goalkeeper takes fucking ages to get up, and he's able to go in and score again. I'm sick of complaining about goalkeepers, but that's the reason that there's so many goals in this game. I'm just going to turn this back onto 2D, that way I don't have to do it during the game we're about to play. So yeah, we got absolutely thumped by Augsburg, and they deserved the win, but the fact that we had Matavs marked out the game and he still managed to score 4 goals, and the defending was shocking. Which brings us to today, and we have an away game against Stuttgart, and I'm sure as hell not using a 4-4-2 against this lineup. We're going to go with our defensive style, and I think I've identified... What was it I identified about Stuttgart? See, this is the problem. Because they're technical error, I've now forgotten the things I'd sussed out about them for us to capitalise on. I don't think we're going to go for low crosses. I think they do... We're going to hit early crosses in this one because I think they concede a lot from crosses. So hopefully, hitting some early crosses will help. We'll do a quick pick and just see what we can come up with here. Yeah, Rakowski's going to get a game. Budimir... Budimir? Really? Is that really wise? I'm not so sure about that. Nah, no. We're going to start Soren Brandy up front. There's no way Budimir is good enough to start this game. He's not that kind of player. We need someone with a bit more of a fast striker than a target man, I think. So, yeah, Budimir will stay on the bench. Although, maybe I'm tempted to put Bookman in instead of Yati here. Because he is a left-sided player, and I'd rather have him in there. Because he's not really got much of a chance this season. And, yeah, we can't really play Bavangida because he's not really a right-sided midfielder. He's more of an attack-minded player. So, yeah, that's the sort of system we're going to go with for this one. Hopefully, we can shock the world, but I'm genuinely not sure we're going to. I think this is going to get bullshit-tastic. So as you can see, we are in the relegation zone. I will show you the squad updates and stuff. I promise. I forgot to do it in the last episode, and I apologise for that massively. It was just dragging on a little bit. But we will be going over the squad as well as the table. As you can see, we have a game in hand, though, and that is this game. So a win here would push us back up to 14th again, but it is really, really tight there. A win against Alex Berg I think was really, really vital to try and cling and try and drag them back into this battle, which they're kind of getting away from here. But at the moment, it is very, very tight. I'd say Düsseldorf are done, but we still have a chance. And we really do need to take that chance today. So I've got opposition's instructions set up, although, as you can see, I do have stuff set up for it now, thankfully. But I may look into individual player instructions specifically for, like, almost like team instructions, because I didn't even know that menu existed. I was looking in the last game and I saw it, and that's where I noticed that we could mark Matavs out of the game. Of course, it did nothing, and we were actually able to concede more goals as a result of it, but the point is that menu's there, and I'm going to start trying to utilise it a little bit more. Right, so let's get into the game and see what we can do today. Hopefully, things aren't as bad as the Augsburg game. I mean, I don't see how it can be. That's one of our worst performances of the season. 5-1 at home. It's a bit laggy to start with. Oh, come on! Bookman has played no games for us this season so far, I don't think, because he was out injured for 2 or 3 months, and this is the first time I've actually given him a shot in the team. 2nd minute of the game, and he's injured. I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, Yati's on anyway, so that little change I made before kickoff made no difference whatsoever. Yati's going to appear pretty much for the full 90 minutes anyway. Oh, come on! Right, so we pretty much know what's going to happen in this game now. Brandy's now going to have to go off with a serious injury, so is it Budimir or Thigh? Who do I bring on? Who's better for this role? Probably Budimir? Yeah, he's a little bit... He can throw his weight around a bit more. I'm going to give him a chance. You know, be a hero for us, Auntie. We've lost 2 players in the first 10 minutes, and they look like serious ones, so that's always fun. I'm basically not going to make any more I can't make any substitutions in this game now. So these guys are going to have to last us pretty much the full 90, because I know if I make a substitution, what will happen in this game will happen the same thing that I did in that Portsmouth game, when I predicted the injury that we were about to get. They've not done a lot. We've got a lot of the ball here. Like, a lot of the ball. Oh, is there something we can do with this? Retaining possession, short passing, yeah. We've got plenty of the ball. Let's get some... let's whip some crosses in. Maybe that'll just provoke a little bit more. Oh, we've got a ball, long ball far out here. Halstenberg, and the ball is bashed up in the air. We're doing all right considering we're the away team here. Gotta say, possession-wise, we are absolutely dominating Stuttgart, although that could just be the style they like to play. Oh, don't let them counter on you. Ferrati. Somebody put a tackle in. That's a good ball across, and I'm pretty certain they're just going to whip this in and score here. Husek, ball across, and Ferrati at the far post makes it 1-0 to Stuttgart. Well, possession is 9/10 of the law, but the other 10th is what they've just scored with, frankly. Like, we generally don't dominate possession in games. So I was a little bit surprised when we were, and they've just simply carved through us like a knife through wet some Pauli butter. And that's really, really poor. Nobody marked Ferretti coming at the back post. I mean, yeah, we could try and mark him, but No, I've got instructions set to mark him anyway, so if he isn't being marked, I can't really do much about that. That's the players. We've got pass into space turned off on this one, so maybe that's why we're keeping a bit more of the ball. Let's close down a bit more. We're gonna have to hassle them. Maybe we just need to take a few more shots. Maybe we'll get, like, Tribal will get lucky or something. Is he even starting? I can't remember, but Tribal is looking fantastic this season, I gotta say. Jinjek, go on, get the ball. There's 3 players around him. Why can no one win the ball off of anyone anymore? Like, literally, 3 guys on him. Nope, just manages to slip it out wide. Come on, somebody put a tackle in. Oh, that looked like more goalkeeping bullshit was about to happen, because it looked like the keeper was just laying there, which I assume is what actually did happen. Thankfully, they missed it, because otherwise that would have been yet more crap. Yeah, they're doing quite well. I mean, we're getting a lot of the ball, but we're not doing a lot with it at the moment. Why are we into, like... Right, okay, so we've not really been that unlucky. We've been pretty poor. But we are still in the game. If nothing else, we are still in the game. What I may do... and this is a bit of a risk in itself, is wait until sort of 65 minutes. If we're still a goal down, or certainly if we go a second goal down, then I will maybe switch to our attacking formation, because we're not really breaking through them a great deal with the way we're playing at the moment. It is not going well. We're not really creating much in terms of chances, so as much as we're keeping the ball, we're not doing a great deal with it. They're sort of content to let us have it, I think. If anything, with the fact that they are content to let us have it, we should maybe push up a little bit more. Contain them a little bit, like push them, squeeze them into a bit more of a tighter area, and maybe that'll give us a bit more joy. I'm not really sure. Getting too many shots on goal from too far out to a regular threat. No, we're not. We're not getting shots on goal at all. What are you talking about, assistant? Right, so actually I might wait till 70 to do it, just because injuries, which seem to be a constant problem at the moment. Tribal is looking exhausted. He may have to be the one. Davies whips the ball in, and it's a simple finish. Why can't we score? Oh, he's offside. Thank fuck. Like, I have set up set piece instructions to mark people at these sort of things, but we still seem to be conceding goals. Although not from corners so much now, which is good to see. That is one thing we have managed to cut out of the game a little bit. Right. Actually, no, we're going to do this on the tactics menu because I need to do some rearrangements. Lennart Thigh is going to come on here, and we are going to go instructions-wise. Hit early crosses, we're going to whip them though. Close down more, push higher up. Retain possession, shoot on sight as well. Why not? I don't see what other choice we've got, and I'm going to give that like 10 minutes, and if that doesn't work, we're going to switch to overload, because why not? We're a goal down, we've got nothing to lose here apart from the game, which would be a shame, but it's one of those things, I guess. These injuries don't help as well. I mean, I'm hoping that Brandy and, who was it? Brandy and, I can't remember who the other injury was. Brandy and Bookman, hopefully they're not going to be out for too long, but those look like serious ones, unfortunately. Yachty here with the ball out wide. Whips it across, Budimir with the header, I think, not sure, don't care, 1-1. Oh, yes! Stuttgart 1, St. Pauli 1, pretty much against the run of play, although still controlling possession. So, maybe we deserve it for that, I don't know. But hey, we'll take what we can get at the moment. We've been getting a lot of crap against us, so it's nice to see. That's a good, great finish from Budimir. Maybe we've still got it. I'm not content with this, though. A point is good, but we need to kick on. I don't want to sit back again and have them catch us. Oh, come on. Dear. Let me guess. Goalkeeper was laying on the floor after making the save, or after the ball kind of went near the goal, he launched himself in the air like a... So many of these rebound goals, right. Ball up. What is he doing? That looked offside as well. Oh, why did he have to launch himself like that? It's total crap. Overload. The animations make it look worse than it is probably, but it's still really bad. Like, they can't always be diving like that. We're going to have to push forward now. Oh, I thought we'd got something from this game. Push forward, right. To be fair, we've only had one shot on target, so we don't really deserve anything, but we were doing so well with just to get that. Tribal here with the ball. We're going to be losing it. I can sort of sense it. Ilsanker. Somebody make a run for him. Sobiek. That's a... I was going to say that's a good ball. Oh, you've just missed him entirely. Kostic. This is probably going to be 3-1. Kostic. Somebody get the ball here. Anybody going to put a tackle in? Kostic just whips the ball in, and Jesus. I mean, again, they're the better side, and I don't know what to do to create anything anymore. It just seems since that update, once the full game came out, they've changed something, and I do not know what to do. He was able to take a what was the goalie doing moving over here? I don't get that. Why do the goalkeepers keep moving out the way? That's poor. Poor. I thought we had a chance there with that equaliser. Oh, come on. So many rebound goals. So many rebound goals. Is this the crossbar challenge? Because it just seems that if you hit the crossbar, you score, because the ball is just going to come straight back and go straight in. Schwab's ball here, and cleared, oh, straight into the path of Werner. That's useful. Well done, then. Fantastic. I apologise if you can hear a scratching in the background. That is a cat trying to get out of this room, but there's, I'm not going to let it out. It's because it's in the way. Oh, and Budimir pops out with a second goal for us. Bit late for that now, Andy, but, well done, son. Nice effort. Anyway, I'm probably... That's so piss poor. Like, really, really piss poor. As usual from us, frankly. I'm surprised we've been lucky to get the 2 goals that we have. I just think that these stupid rebound goals are really the most irritating thing in the game for me at the moment. It's, if anything, they're worse than the goalkeeping errors, because the goalkeepers just seem to... If the ball hits the crossbar, you don't always have to be laying on your face. Try-ball. We're going to get another goal here. Try-ball spins the ball out wide to Hausenberg, and that is going to go out for a throw, and that will end the game, and it's going to be 4-2 to Stuttgart, and I will be back in a second, guys. Right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, I had to go let the cat out of this room, because otherwise... Oh, she does this annoying thing where she scratches down the fucking door. Oh, makes me want to punch the door down. That and the result we just had. Anyway, yeah, so that is the result. 4-2, and we can't fault the ball. Oh, I think we can. You conceded 4 goals. Generally, there's a reason at fault then. But again, we just seem to... This is the same thing in every game now. Good for Andy Budimir to get himself a pair of goals, though. So there is that, if nothing else. Like, we didn't deserve to win the game, but really, a hat-trick in the last 10 minutes? Where does this shit come from? 2 of those are off the crossbar. Those stupid rebounds. I just feel like I'm complaining all the time, and I don't like that. It doesn't feel as fun this year. Does anyone else notice that? Like, the game just doesn't feel as fun anymore. Like, everything just seems to be niggly crap like that, where you're conceding goals all the time, and it's a bit... I mean, obviously, we can't expect to be winning every game, or winning games that often at all with St. Pauli in the Bundesliga. That's fine, I understand that. But I hate that kind of shite. Like, the moment... we equalised, it was as if a switch went off and they went, right, okay, actually we're going to turn on the bullshit control, because it just seemed to... so that basically leaves us into the relegation zone, and we've got some really tough fixtures coming up, I expect, because it's the Bundesliga and every game is a tough game. In March, we've only got 3 games. We've got Gladbach, Köln. We've got Gladbach at home. That we need to do something there. Köln away is huge for us, and then HSV at home. I'll tell you what, we need to take some points from those games, basically, because otherwise we'll be in some serious trouble. Let's just take a look at the inbox and see if we've got any injury updates on those guys. So Soren Brandy is out... Oh, fuck off. I apologise for my language, but seriously? What does that even say? Also, why is this so hard to read? Is that hip? I can't even read it. Does it say hip injury? I assume it says hip injury. So yeah, 4 to 5 months. Oh, 2 to 3 months. Well, that's basically him out for the rest of the season then. I will pay it. Bookman, how... 4 to 5 weeks? Oh, 2 weeks, okay. Damaged neck, Jesus. The injuries. So yeah, we're going to be missing Soren Brandy for the rest of the season now. And I don't think we're going to stay up anymore, guys. I don't. Because Soren Brandy was pretty much our only goal-scoring threat. Although, of course, Budimir did score twice in that game, but... If we're missing Brandy for the rest of the season now, I just cannot... And it's so disheartening. We won't get sacked because we weren't even expected to stay up. But just as a sort of side measure, if I do get the sack in either my Pompey series or my St. Pauli series, what I'll do is, obviously, that will be the end of the series, because we can't just... I'm not going to cheat and mess with saves or whatever. So what I'll do is I've got a lot of other series ideas that I will bring to you guys, and we'll do like a poll, and you can tell me what you want to see me do, basically, if that should happen, basically. But I think that could be it for us, just because I cannot see where we're going to get goals from now, unless Budimir is going to turn into an absolute star, which I cannot see him doing. So let's just take a look at the squad. So yeah, goals, Brandy has got 10 and Görlitz has 6. As for assists, well, that's Ismail Yati with 9. He's done well. He's put some decent crosses in. Player of the match is Yati, Gunter and Raskowski with 2 apiece. Pass rating, well, Tom Tribal has been superb this season. He genuinely has been fantastic in a very, very poor side. As you can see, Nerrig has got 13 yellow cards and 2 reds now, which is fantastic to see. Ilsanker obviously has a red as well now, which is useful. Yeah, Tribal is a lot better than pretty much everyone else on the team, although Ilsanker's done okay when he's had to. So yeah, that is a disappointing result to end a disappointing month. And we are right down there in the relegation zone. As you can see, Bayern are still at the top and have yet to lose a game. 16 points clear at the moment. They could win the league very, very soon, I imagine. Matavs is now on the top goal scorers just because of that one game against us. What do we do, guys? What do we do? If you know, leave me a comment and let me know what you want me to do, because I'm pulling my hair out of this one. Yeah, so I will see you guys in the next episode. If you like what you're seeing, please feel free to drop a like on the episode, even if it is just to laugh at my misery. And if you'd like even more than that, please feel free to subscribe to my channel for more terrible. And the thing is, I don't pretend that I'm any good at this game. If I did, I would... Well, actually, I'd be a bit of an arrow wanker, because the fact is, I don't really think you can be ever that good at it. There's always kind of these weird permutations, but certainly there are a lot of people out there that are better than me at this game. But it's not about that for me. It's just about enjoying doing it and enjoying doing it for you guys. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.